see your YouTube. See how I look.
Okay, yeah, we're live. Let me just get the link out.
No more gamer words.
No more gamer words. Best behavior for the stream. Gamer words are for the post show.
You know, the best kind of promises are the ones that you can't keep.
Well, we'll see about that. I wonder how quickly I can shut the stream down. I guess we'll find out.
No, don't worry. Right, there you go. Just like for today. I'm also like waiting for because I ordered some water and I'm waiting for them. So I might get interrupted by that one as well.
Yeah, no
I should have prefaced that as well. And the good old ambience of my fucking dogs.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, how can you not like dogs, right?
Wait, let me check something.
Yeah. Oh, I'm live. Hello, Pot. Yeah, we're just gonna let the stream run for a bit before we go on to the main show. So today we're gonna be joined by Indo, and Alfie should be showing up in a little bit. Lion is not joining us today. He's a little bit tied up at work. Burnout. Yeah, it's something I've noticed going around the community a bit. So it's something I just wanted to touch on for a bit, but we'll touch on that near the end of the show. Cross did mention it on Historia Crux yesterday.
Yeah.
So I won't go into it too much.
Cross stole our segment.
I know. He just looked in my topics channel and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this."
Yoink.
Yeah, everyone steals from me. I'm just the victim here.
Yeah, like from giant corporations to like this content creator.
Yeah. Nope. Hello, Alfie.
Hey.
I am here at last.
He is here.
Okay, well, on that note, I think we'll switch to the main show then. Live. Okay. Okay, cool. We're all here. So I didn't screw up the stream elements today. Cool. Well, PSBS time. PSBS time was a ranting hour thing. Yes, Burnout is a original Echoes from the Void subject. Yeah. So do not steal.
It's not like it's something we experience every day. It's a DFFOO exclusive.
Yeah, DFFOO exclusive. I have my lawyers at the ready. Historia Crux will hear from me.
Yeah.
One person talks about it. No one else on YouTube is allowed to talk about it.
No, this is how it works.
No one else.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, TCC also likes to take from me as well, but I can't get my info over to you because your DMs are blocked. But that's fine. That's a separate issue.
That's why that previous Historic Crux was so long, because it's the final episode. They're gonna get fined.
Yeah, exactly. They had to stretch it out. Well, welcome everyone to episode 11 of Echoes from the Rift. We're joined today by Indo and Alfie. Thank you both for coming on with not the greatest amount of notice here. Unfortunately, Lion can't make it today. He is just tied up with a bit of work going on right now.
Yeah, if you divided Multiracial Lion into two people, you get Alpha and other than me.
Yeah, each of the races.
Multi-Indo Alfie. Multi-Indo Alfie.
Yeah, exactly.
And both of us love Lion. So there's that. Lion from FF11. Yeah. So there's that.
So there's been a little bit of stuff going on in JP since we last talked on this show 2 weeks ago. And I also got quite a bit done over this weekend in terms of content. So in terms of new events, we got 2 main events here, being everyone's favorite character from FF12, Reks. He got his Lost Chapter. because everyone who comes out now gets a Lost Chapter. There's no more character events. And we also got the penultimate Dimensions End being Dimensions End Transcendence 15, featuring Rem BT and a Vaughn rework. So we'll get to that as well. I'll do a slightly different team, and that's probably the main fight I'll be running over the stream. But before we get into that, oh fuck, I was in the right menu. One thing I did over this weekend was I actually completed, or not, I caught up in Transcendence. So it is a bit rough on a newer account, but Indo, I think you'll be able to experience this soon. But it's really easy to to do a lot of like duos, or just have one BT unit and two units and just carry them through all the Lufenia tiers. So that's all this is really. It's just like Jesse carried my unbuilt Yuffie and Laguna, and Wall carried my Deuce and my Jack, and it's just, this is what it was. So doing all this because we still have the Transcendence campaign going on, I was able to get up to like 100k gems. And
how long is that? How long is that campaign, by the way?
I think it's like a couple days left. It's not much longer, but I would get as many done as you can, and you can do like these tiers 1 through 4 super easy. They're a complete joke now. Yeah,
I think I should try.
Yeah, I would give it a try.
Either I don't have time, or I'm just too lazy to go to JP.
Yeah, that's.
I should go to.
Both are fair. So that's sort of been my account progress. Show the tiers. I'll show the tiers in a second. But the one other event that I want to touch on before we go into the main events, and I think this kind of ties in with Crevasse that we had in GL, is this spring, no, we're not, fall, autumn campaign. There we go. That's the right season.
Yeah, I nailed it.
Yeah, it's just 2 seasons off, but I think this is more accurate here. It's lockout content, and it's 3 waves of content. So it's 3 sets of a Chaos Lufenia Shinryu, and it is similar to, I guess, Abyss would be the closest I could think of. In the fact that it requires crystal color codes from you, but it doesn't require any weapons, and it is lockout content. So it's interesting. I feel like in terms of user engagement, this level of difficulty is probably best for an account that's sort of in my range of ownership, like about 4 to 6 months. I imagine if you've been a consistent player like you, Alfie, this event really isn't asking much of you.
This event rolled over.
Yeah, it rolled over. Just because really it's only 3 Shinryus. And then like, who gives a shit about Lufenia and Chaos difficulty?
And they allowed like friend units.
And they allow friend units. I think the biggest like weird move they made was to make the very first one have the Reno IW Shinryu be the first Shinryu they did. And it's exactly that like the health is the same, the orbit.
Oh, really?
It's literally the fight. And I'm like, this is
each Shinryu is the same one as the event they came from.
Yeah, it's an exact copy. But to copy the Reno fight as the first one you do is really weird. Because we've already had that in GL. So, like, and think of how much farther we are in JP now compared to where GL is. And we have echoes and shit. Like, it was very strange. The second one was the Bahamut event with Garnet's FR. And that was more interesting. I thought that was a pretty decent fight on release. So bringing it back was fine. And we had Echo at that point. And then the last fight was Jack's story chapter, Jack Garland, which was fine, but nothing really crazy. But I thought it was interesting that this was being brought out sort of similar to when GL is getting crevasse, just because it is tying into crystal codes. But yeah, as you said, Alfie, if you have a developed roster, it's pretty easy. And even someone with the account at my level was also able to do it rather well. I'm not sure. Have you done the event, Indo, or how far you've gotten in it?
I have not started a single thing in this one because it looks.
Yeah. So
I think I'll try. I'll try to do it now. Now that all of the events are out, I'll try to do them all before it goes out.
yeah. So
By
the
the way,
way, yeah.
Paul
So
has a interesting question.
what about the new players? This event is actually really good for new players, surprisingly. So this is what I was going to get into because this should work well for you, Indo.
Yeah.
The rewards are not based off which missions you complete. It's just based off of the number of missions you've completed. So you can do only the Chaos and Lufenias for each one and still get 6 of 9 rewards. Obviously, the rewards get better the further you go, but it's not like you get a better reward for completing a Shinryu versus a Chaos. So in terms of being accessible to new players, this is a fairly decent way of doing it. I guess similar to what we had with Crevasse, having a Cosmos level mission, even though Cosmos doesn't exist anymore in the FR era. So that was a bit strange. Poverts?
Like,
Yeah.
oh, go ahead.
No, it's okay. The Poverts can fuck off. So.
Yeah, let them suffer.
I just want to say it's funny that for the second Shinryu, they bring back Garnet's stage, a stage that introduced FR Echoes. And then for the third Shinryu, they backtrack to a Shinryu that didn't have FR Echoes at the time.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with these stages. It's very weird because I think the first Lufenia is Hell House. Yeah, it's Hell House.
It is. It's
which
Hell
is
House.
like a month-old fight. I don't. It's all over the place. This event is very strange. I've never really experienced an event quite like this. Even in all of GL, like it's a very weird one-off sort of event here. I don't mind it. Basically the main gimmick of it is the first wave only wanted red and yellow crystals. The second wanted blue and green, and the final one wanted white and black. So you need technically 3 and 3. No.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting that they force 3 party members, so it's at least a little bit engaging. So you can't duo or solo stages to save units.
Yeah,
so it is
anti-sine wave tech.
I just think if they were to do it again, they should bring, like, rather than having 2 out of the 3 Shinryu's stages be stages that we still have access to, it should have been stages we no longer have access to. But that's just a little nitpick thing.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like, instead of Reno IW, you made it like the Balthier Heretics, just as an example.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like something
This is obviously more casual side, so it's whatever at the end of the day, but just a little bit extra engagement would have been nice.
Yeah.
I think the Jack Garland stage is clearly them telling their way to promote the DLC.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure to purchase the new Strangers of Paradise DLC, everyone.
And I'm here instead of playing that, so you're
yeah. So be ever thankful for Alfie's presence here. He could be fighting Gilgamesh right now, right? Is that what the new DLC is about?
Yeah, Gilgamesh and some other shit.
Yeah, new difficulty, Gilgamesh.
Yeah. So
I hope that's the thing we're gonna do in DFFOO as well.
Yeah.
That's the next difficulty.
Yeah, save that for the burnout session. Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah, so that's about it. That was the main flare that we've had. That I guess it was announced in the Ope, but I didn't really like pay too much attention to it. So when this popped up, I was a bit intrigued by it. So yeah, it is definitely more casual content, but I think that's fine. They never really sold it as a hardcore thing, and it's fine to get these little events every once in a while to pump up our resources. Which JP's been doing very well at, actually.
And this wasn't like one of the 4 dedicated events of the month. This was something on the side.
Yeah, this
So
was
it
a
is
bonus.
pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is
it was
nice.
pretty nice.
Yeah. Is there a new Ope Ope tonight after the show? I think so. I think Ope Opes are usually like Wednesdays, and then content is Thursdays.
I don't think they did the blurry teaser trailer yet, so
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
like
no,
2 days.
no preview.
Yeah. So I think we're finally done with like all the secondary news. I guess we can get on into the Reks character debut and the fight that went along with him. Indo, I know you're a day one Reks fan, so
Yeah.
did you want to go into his kit and his broken BT effect?
Yeah, don't mind if I do. Rex is a very interesting character addition because DFFOO likes the concept of dead characters. So, I mean, they did it first with Braska, but who cares about Braska? He's from FF10. FF10 sucks.
Actually, Endo, the first one they did was Topolimo from FF14.
Well, that's spoilers, Alfie. Jesus Christ.
What? So was
Who
Braska.
cares? Who cares about spoilers?
Say.
I should have worded it carefully. That I should have said like, like I'm just gonna cite examples. I should have said that instead of saying like the first dead character. But anyways, tangent aside,
Oh, no
Rex is a
calls.
very, uh, if you dare to say Rex is a NPC, get the fuck out of here. He's no I mean, at least he's temporarily playable.
Yeah, better
Instead
than
of
Larsa.
movie character. Yeah, better than Larsa or Doctor Sid or Judge Drace or any of the or any of these fuckers.
Yeah,
Like
I,
yeah,
I definitely think Rex is the funniest FF12 edition out of everyone else.
yeah. As much as a
Huh.
Rex fan I am,
Why is it zoomed in so
yeah,
hard?
it is a funny addition. I'm gonna lie, but yeah, at least it made the Riku fuckers molding, so that's a plus.
Me
All right,
too.
so
Doesn't
Okay.
take
so
long to
that
do that.
all
Doesn't
right,
take much.
so all right, with that out of the side, I think it's time we talk about his kit. He's
Yeah. What's his kit? Because I'm using it right now and I don't know what his buttons do. So tell me what they do.
all right. So I can see your screen right
Yeah.
now. I think the most important thing to take note first is his big ass overhead. This overhead allows him to do the preemptive hits, the preemptive attacks he does. Like you manage to increase the stacks if Rex himself gets hit or gets hit by a bravery or a HP attack. And by and how does he do that? Aside from all attacks, this is where Rex's skill 2 comes into play, where he does a covering esque attack, like something along the lines of Galuf or Auron. Yeah, those characters.
And he doesn't start with the cover either.
Yeah, that's the thing
Which
as
is
well.
weird.
So yeah, so you have to real. I think yeah, I think that's the immediate con of
Yeah.
Rex is that he doesn't have a startup buff of like the other party members doesn't have the cover buff.
Yeah.
So,
So like
I
8,
would
start with us too.
yeah. Yeah, sure thing. Just like 8. So he's basically Thunder no,
Thunder Snow 8.
Thunder Snow 8 with uh Gladio without LD. There you go. So after pressing the skill 2, the other button base skill he has, which is S1, allows you to like upkeep the overhead buff. Which since I just mentioned earlier that the overhead buff allows him to do the preemptive attacks and other buffs he needs. So be sure to keep in mind and about the overhead ticking down, because if not, then say goodbye to those preemptive attacks and some important defensive buffs he has. So the other buff he has that isn't the overhead is comes from his LD. Yeah, so you gotta upkeep that as well. The LD.
And does the
LD
LD
buff.
apply his cover or no?
Nope, only skill 2
Duh,
applies.
what a shit character. Jesus Christ. Gallus does it. Like, what the hell is this?
Gladio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
Use
Gladio apply the
them.
cover? I don't know.
Yeah, on his LD he does.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That
Wow.
was an LD board thing.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Rex is trash. Worst tank.
Yeah, Rex is behind on the times,
Yeah.
you know?
I heard he doesn't heal.
Yeah.
And he doesn't counter.
This is your should you pull for Rex? You suck.
Yeah, Rex
I
should
think
equal.
we're-
Answer no.
No. I mean people are gonna skip him anyways because they hate the character. I think okay, so aside from the base skills and the LD, his EX is single target mostly with splash and it does his debuff which is called vividing. What the fuck is this word? Vividing thunderstorm. It does brave damage dealt down. A lot of like the usuals like for a thunder character like him, like thunder and peril, and then something special which are brave damage down and HP damage down and HP damage received. Yeah, those kind of shit. So yeah, in a way, those debuffs may remind of another like Galbadian soldier that stabbed him in the back or something. I don't know. So yeah,
Bosh?
He
yeah.
thunder a chance as well, right?
Well,
Does he?
Yeah, he is.
yeah, yeah,
He's an enchanter for some
L-
reason.
yeah. Through his LD, the LD buff, it's party thunder. Enchant.
Yeah,
So
I don't
we're
know
gonna talk
why
about
he's
the-
an enchanter.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go for the. Wait, how's Okay, never mind. So the FR ability, that's the next part of the discussion, I guess.
Yeah, I used
the
it. I got
FR
plus 70. I don't know why.
So here comes Rex FR. His partner is Jack because they're very great swordsmen, I guess, and they both suffered the horrors of war. I don't know. Yeah, that's all the correlation I can make. Do type in the comments what else they in the chat what else they have in common.
I fucking know.
I think the devs are thinking that the Type Zero cast has to be on some other people's FR partners, so they just
not
throw
FF2s.
yeah no
Jesus, Lion. Oh, yeah. Lion has a great point. Jack stabs himself in the front. Rex gets stabbed in the back. They complete each other.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And they both kind of survived from getting stabbed. I mean, Rex was bedridden, but he still survived the stab.
Wait, Rex doesn't die? What?
Yeah, he when he got stabbed and blacked out, he was bedridden
Oh.
instead.
I
But
didn't
he
know that.
died eventually. Yeah, Vaughn gets to see it.
Oh, then what's even the point? Could have just killed him off.
They did.
Yeah, but they blue balled you
Yeah.
the whole way. They're like, oh, is he gonna make it? And it's like, no.
Yeah,
he doesn't make it.
Yeah, they give you flashbacks that Vaughn sees Rex bedridden, like on his chair and some shit. And remembering I think those flashbacks are planting the seeds of the importance of the Galbana Lily, I guess. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I don't care. Fuck. Okay, so story moments aside. So his force time effect. Well, it's plus 30% when on the HP damage bonus when a character does thunder damage, and then plus 40% HP damage bonus when a character has an overhead. So far, very easy force conditions. And the next one, which is reducing brave damage from enemies, with which doesn't take into account like spheres, because fuck spheres, I guess. Yeah, that's a 20%. So it's a total of 90 or something, as long as you fulfill all of these. I mean, no,
Yeah.
the
So that makes
20% is
sense.
mostly when the
Why?
20% is whenever Rex gets hit or something, or when you get to reduce a bravery damage. So if it's when a character like receives a damage while the enemy gets a turn, so there's that. Uh, so we're now gonna get to the final important weapon of his, which is the BT weapon. Which, eh, this BT animation is meh,
Yeah.
even as a Rex fan. It's also the traditional 6 turns. So this for 6 turns. His overhead that I mentioned earlier. His stacks won't go down. So as a result, Rex would do his preemptives twice. So that's a lot of damage. For party wise, it's the usual like brave damage cap up, HP damage, all HP damage cap up, yeah, all that noise. But yeah, I think at this point, you really need the Rex's BT weapon because it will help him increase his damage output, which he desperately needs at this point to compete with these characters.
Yeah, I don't have his
Um,
BT weapon.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. I don't
And
know you're a povert.
yeah, I am a povert. I recently became a not povert because of doing transcendence, but now I'm a hoarder. And I don't want to spend it. Because what if Zonde BT comes out next, right? I can't waste it on Rex.
Yeah, on a character that you don't care about. Right? Unless you care about him, then that makes you based.
Yeah, so I just found out this fight has HP shields too.
Oh
Or
yeah,
not shields,
yeah, that's fine.
gates.
Yeah, HP gates. I guess we can transition to the fight.
Sure. So
This
his
fight,
BT basically is
alright.
just more damage, right?
Yeah, it allows you to like maintain the stacks of his overhead,
Right.
so that it doesn't go down and shit. So more damage, and of course the usual like HP damage cap up and shit, and bravery damage cap up. But yeah, overall, I like Rex. Day one Rex fan, by the way.
Cool.
So this is the fight as you're seeing, with the featured character, and a unit
TreeVoid
who's
special.
yeah, exactly, the TreeVoid special, plus a unit who does HP silence on every action, plus a one of the best gauge
Wait.
chargers in the game.
With a character that wants enemy actions.
Yeah. Yeah, this fight is pretty easy. I don't really know. Did anyone else have issues with
No.
this fight?
Now I did this fight without Rex, and yeah, no, the fight itself is pretty easy. The bosses don't do anything. Really, it's just trying to beat it in. I think it's 35 turns for the requirement, which is the lowest ever for an endgame fight.
Yeah, it is 35 turns. Yeah.
Yeah, so that coupled with the boss's health gates and the bosses having a force time effect that pretty much walls off your damage. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I know it walls off your damage somehow. Yeah, that 35 turn requirement will catch up to you pretty fast. So really, it's just trying to do enough damage within like maybe 1 or 2 force times. 2 force times if you're able to cancel their force conditions, which there are 3 characters. That is Rex, Desh, and Reno.
Reno, yeah.
Yeah. And the reason why it's those 3 is because it has to be an inherently thunder-based FR, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thunder enchant will not work. It has to be inherently melee thunder based.
Melee, and that's why Beatrix doesn't work, because it needs to be melee, right?
Yeah, it has to be melee.
Yeah.
So that reduces down to 3 options, and their force time lasts 10 turns, and it walls off your damage with a 35 turn requirement. So it's pretty rough. Off turn teams did eat pretty well here because they are delay immune, especially from breaks, so they can get their turns pretty fast. All in all, it's the bosses themselves don't really do anything. Honestly, it's pretty much negligible. It's just trying to kill them fast enough.
Like I think the interesting part that peaked to me in this fight is that if you do any element damage apart from thunder and water, it dispels all your frame buffs.
Oh yeah, that too.
Because I tested with Seven and she does elemental lash and and she got all of Rex's buff got dispelled. So yeah, I think that's it. That's the only interesting part about this fight. And yeah, it's all about rushing down these bosses, which is I guess a theme for this very fight and the next one we're about to talk about. In a sense.
Yeah.
I think
thought it was pretty fine.
yeah,
Nothing
I just
crazy.
discovered as well that like what Alfie said were about the force the way you turn off their force, which is why like I think I remember like it was contested that like Zack should work, but apparently it has to be like inherently a thunder element, so that's why Zack doesn't work. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that.
And
That
if
some
you're
people keep saying
using Desh or Reno FRs, then you should have someone in your party with an overhead buff, because that's the second condition you have to meet.
that. Yeah, that's
Which that's pretty easy. That's whatever.
I mean, you shouldn't be using dash anyways, but
It's definitely not.
it looks like someone tried Dash.
Someone did use Desh here, but you literally could have
Before.
just not.
Where's that DFFOO boards?
One day with his BT.
Yeah. Instead, they gave it to Vaughn.
One day.
I just did Pain's FR and it did no damage, but they weren't at a gate. I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know what's going on.
Damn, TreeVoid special here.
Yeah, true. Well, listen, we're done talking. Okay, yeah, they didn't lose HP again. I don't know what's going on here. Or are they just not losing HP? Was this fight bugged? I know there was a fight.
Oh, there's health gates. You're at a health gate.
But I passed the health gate.
No, there's a 29% one.
2 actions ago though. They were at
There's like
28% for 2 turns.
Yeah, 29%. Well, 29-28 is a health gate.
But they were at 28%, and then I pressed the FR, and they were still at 28%, and then I pressed the BT finisher, and they were still at 28%.
Yes, that is what a health gate is, TreeVoid.
But it lasts for 2 turns. It didn't go down. It should have only triggered once, right?
What are you trying to say? Oh no! Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
So this is actually another.
It's
good
still at
part about this
28%. I don't understand why aren't they losing health.
This is another good part of the fight.
Okay, now it's
Yeah.
down to
So
27.
The other one.
the way to pass their HP thresholds or their HP gates is that they actually have to attack you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You have
see,
to
there
actually
we
get
go.
an
Okay.
action off. So if you trigger it during BT phase or or summon phases, then they cannot attack you. Therefore, you are permanently stuck at the HP gate until afterwards. And
Yeah.
that's exactly
Okay.
what happened here.
There, see,
Pretty
now
much.
that's what I was looking for. Okay, that makes more sense.
If TreeVoid managed to lose in this fight, I will champion this fight now.
Yeah.
Impossible without
Yeah,
Rex.
I mean, I think we're done with this fight. You know, really, there isn't much else to say about it. I think we can just leave it and go to Transcendence.
Yeah. In conclusion,
Because like they're not losing HP again. This fight is possible.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
just pull for.
Oh yeah,
Rex.
their force time, they heal back 80% of your damage.
Oh, like
Yeah. Just
like BFA.
Raska.
Yeah, like finally on. That's how they wall you off.
Fucking BFA.
They love that
Sounds like
effect
it.
recently. They've been doing that a decent bit.
Yeah. I think it's a very effective like force time effect
It
to be
is.
honest for opponents because it makes people wanna turn off that FR time. So yeah, I think they should do more of these.
Wow, Hope ran out of skills. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before.
Use his LD.
I only have 1 left,
Use it again.
but I have to save it for my 3rd force time.
This is my first time seeing like Hope's special
Hopes.
HP attack. So this is an experience.
Actually, I don't even know if his LD refreshes his skill use.
I don't think it does.
I know his FR definitely does. I don't remember if his LD does.
His FR restores the skill. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, 1 per.
Oh, I guess it. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're in a situation like I am, which you shouldn't be, but yeah. Wow, they don't take that many turns. They're really just stalling this fight out here.
You brought Pain that has speed down.
Yeah, well,
And a pretty good speed down as well.
I brought her for the overhead. You know, I just didn't want to bring Aerith again. Honestly, I brought her to like every fight so far.
I understand
Mainstream,
TreeVoid.
yeah.
The thing is, part of her kit still has speed down.
Yeah, well, you know, it's fine. Speed down is just a suggestion, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
we're not going to continue this because this is just. We're just going to wait the force timeout, and then I'm going to go into Hope FR, and then this. You know, it's
Yeah,
whatever.
there's at this point nothing else
There's
happens.
nothing
It's
else
just
going
kill
on.
the bosses.
Yeah.
He's not dying at all.
Yeah.
There's this
Yeah,
fight's
they're
not
they're
threatening.
not threatening at all. It is a reskin. The problem isn't that it's a reskin. The problem is that it's a very weak reskin. Like, I think the last time the Raflasias were really good was Vane's BT debut, and they were cool there. They turn warped and they had like lots of shit going on.
Yeah, they made people doom post it.
Yeah, here they don't really do anything other than I guess have HP gates that only go down when they act. Wasn't the last
Yeah.
new Hell House? Was there a new mob since Hell House? I don't think so.
Well, Hell House was
Uh,
last month, so that's already still pretty freshly new.
Yeah.
The frogs, I guess. We fight against Porquina's event.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm a
That's
bit.
if I remember correctly, that's an enemy from Charlotta's game.
Yeah, but in terms of DFFOO, I don't know if it's a reskin because it looks very new.
It does look pretty new. I don't know.
Lion saying it was a reskin.
Oh,
You see, I'm just gonna say
Oh, boy.
Lion is lying because
Yeah.
the enemy was
Yeah,
from,
why you lying, Lion?
the enemy
Yeah.
was from Charlotta's game. Therefore, it's a new enemy.
yeah. Get in the stream chat. Defend your fans. Get in here.
Was anyone else updated alongside Rex, or was it just
I think it was just Rex.
Rex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another rerun of Garnet.
Oh yes, yeah. Garnet got reran with Rex.
Oh
which
yeah,
was
yeah.
interesting.
That's why
That's it.
water isn't punished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for the Rex event. He's cool. Do you know? Is he like a must pull? I don't really think so. I think he's
Yes.
fine. But
Full for
yeah,
a
yeah,
million.
he is a must pull just to hate on everyone who hates on Rex. But the other event that we got was the second last of Dimensions and Transcendence, that being tier 15, and this came with Rem's BT, long awaited, and Vaughn also got a rework and FR boards, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
FR boards for Vaughn.
Okay, yeah. So I don't have either of their kits. I did a little bit of pulling. I have I shouldn't say either. I have Rem's kit minus the FR and BT, so I have her like we would have her in GL, and I only have Vaughn's FR, which I got from a free pull way back. So I don't have him built. I think the summary of Vaughn is he just does more damage now. Is there anything more interesting to say about him?
I believe his BT effect gives the party a brave floor of 30%.
I think
No, 50%.
Okay, so they increased it because it's had the
Yeah.
brave floor since
20. Yeah, it
BT
used to be
plus.
20%.
Okay, so 50% is quite a bit.
Actually, is it 50% for the party or for himself? I think it's only to himself, but 50% is pretty
Yeah,
substantial.
that's a lot, especially for someone who just refunds like crazy anyways and doesn't really give a shit.
He also got, I believe he got the Leo effect, so additional damage. His BT also has HP cap up, which he gets even more HP cap up for himself. So he has a pretty high HP cap for damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically he just does more damage.
Okay. So yeah, just a a nice tuning pass basically, which is fair. He didn't need a full rework, unlike some other units. I guess sort of like what Rem got. Like it's not a full rework, but it's a change to her kit for sure. I can't showcase that right now, obviously, because I don't have either of those items. No, I was gonna do pulls, but last time we pulled, it was a terrible experience, so we're not gonna go through that again.
Surely it won't be a terrible experience this time.
Yeah, Alfie's
Do it
here.
again.
He'll increase the
What?
odds.
Okay, fine.
You're saying I'm a good luck charm?
Okay, no. Well, it was more building the
Like
unit.
Rem
than,
does
than,
Rem have brave gains in her kit?
Okay,
He does.
Are we going gems or are we going tickets?
Yeah, so there you go. There you go. Oh, look at those red eyes.
Gems or
You
tickets?
have
What do
you have
you
the
guys
founder.
want?
You have the founder of Brave Games on in your stream right now, so you can start doing gems.
The
Gems.
founder.
Okay, we're
I
going gems.
think of. I
Not-
think
not
of
that founder.
founder.
Okay, well, I guess this
Oh,
is
there
a,
you go.
This
There
is
you
a pretty
go.
good start.
There you go.
Woo! Okay, so yeah, this is why you pull on stream. Yeah, damn,
Yeah.
got him. There.
Easy.
Told you. You have the founder of Brave Games here.
Yeah,
on your
now
stream.
we just need to pull the FR. Do I have the? Oh, this seems like an early switch. Okay, give me the FR too. Come on.
So,
Oh, I guess
I
Paladin's
always
on this
see-
banner.
ugh.
Ooh.
I always see a TreeVoid saying FR means free. This
Yeah.
time BT means free.
It's super free. Okay, sick.
Oh, two of them.
Yeah, double. Let's go.
See?
Yeah.
See?
Actually, BT dupes carry a lot more value in JP
Yeah.
than
Oh,
yeah, dagger for each hand than they do right now because we have so many books and not
Dagger
enough
for each
BT
hand.
weapons. So I guess we'll keep going for the FR then.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm just gonna skip this so we can get to that.
Oh,
If
should
you
we-
end up pitying it,
we-
just go for it.
Should we be talking about Rem's kit now, or just wait for the polls?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Well, it could be Vaughn. So,
Oh yeah, they're both
There's-
Yeah.
both their FRs are on the banner. It's just the BT that's different.
How about you get both of them?
yeah, why don't I get both? Just like I
Yeah,
got.
both FRs.
What if it's a fake out and it becomes a third BT?
It
It's
could.
also possible. Let's see. Oh, there's Yang's LD. Cool. I didn't need that, but oh, there we go. We're done. Cool. Well, that was easy.
That. Good players get the weapon.
Yeah, damn. I was a good player today. Enhance.
Streamers get the weapons.
Oh shit. There was one thing I forgot to do before the stream started because I didn't think I was pulling. I don't have enhancement materials.
God damn it! God
So, well,
Relatable.
okay. So, let's see. Oh, no, never mind. I can fix this. I have
Unless
I have hunt token things. They're not hunts in JP, but whatever these things are. So let me fix this issue. There. Bam.
Yeah, what are these tokens?
I got 80. Holy shit! Wow, they give you a ton.
It's 10 per 2.
Yeah, that's insane. I should maybe stop doing tickets. Let's enhance. Okay, we're good. Buy the resources live. I
Hard out.
can't do that. I would.
Buy,
I would flex on everyone, but I can't do
Buy
that because I'm
Rem's
playing on these
costume.
stacks. So it
Buy
doesn't-
Rem's costume.
Yeah. Rem's costume, like people are talking about how great it is. I don't get
I don't
it.
think it's okay. I don't think it's that great.
Like it's cool, it's
whatever.
nice, but it's not like a big thing for me.
I'll
So,
be
are
super
we-
impressed if it's 7 or size.
Yeah, damn. I don't know if I want to eat into my 11 ingots.
Just do it.
This is tough.
Just do it. So, is it time for Rem's kit?
Yeah,
overview?
let's talk about our kit because
All right.
Yeah,
I'll
So-
learn so that way I don't screw it up.
All right. So, me personally, I was originally going to skip Rem. However, her FR partner is Rosa, which ultimately made me pull for her. And because of that, I actually been using Rem off camera for a while, and she's been pretty good. So she got a rework. She got her FR, BT, she got everything. The rework is pretty minor. Excuse me. She pretty much got a little bit more auras for the party. It's kind of just whatever. She got a new HP plus that does more damage, so that's pretty nice if you don't want her to turn swap or jump around the turn order. And her LD has more dumps. It recovers one use of both of her skills, so that's a little bit more skill spamming she can do. And her follow-up is now 4 dumps, so that's pretty nice, especially for a support character. 4 dumps is pretty good. What else? Her FR, her partner is Rosa. It's pretty nice, easy conditions. One of them is just battering other teammates, and the other one is having like 30% of your max brave, so having some form of refund. So that's easy 60%. It's a pretty flexible FR. I don't think it's anything too special, aside from when Rem herself uses it, but it is a nice generic FR. Her BT, it is 6 turns, so I know a lot of people are skeptical about 6-turn BT effects, but I think it's worth it because her FR, or her BT is pretty good. So her BT, she gives caps up like everyone's used to. It has basic BT stats up. It has 50% brave gain up, so that's already god tier BT effect. And the cool part is that your entire party cannot die if your party has immortality. So everyone becomes Arden, Queen, whatever, until this BT effect runs out. And when the BT effect runs out, your party's fully healed, so you don't have to worry about someone being at 10 HP when the BT effect ends and then ends up getting picked off. Your party will get fully healed. So it's a nice little safety net. Obviously, this does not protect you against instant kill. So you're gonna have to not skill issue when it comes to instant kill attacks.
So watch out for the Lufenia orb.
Yeah.
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 We don't really get too many instant kill moves anymore.
That is pretty true.
Yeah.
Also, if you're at full HP, any healing you do will be converted to bravery. So the root effect, pretty good. And every HP attack you do will have refund based off of Rem's max brave. So it's like a snow effect kind of thing.
Oh, so
really
it's
nice.
between dumps.
Yeah, between dumps
Okay.
during every HP attack.
Very cool.
So yeah, really good battery-oriented BT effect. One more thing is that every time Rem acts, your entire party's EX will be refilled. So pretty much, if the turn order is in your favor, your whole party is pretty much just going to be spamming the EX button, which is for a lot of characters their biggest damaging skill. So her BT effect is 6 turns, but it's a really good 6 turns if you're to ask me. Obviously, you're not going to use her BT phase for damage. I don't think anyone should or will. But yeah, overall, she still plays pretty much the same. She just deals a little bit more damage, and then with her BT effect, she starts spamming the shit out of EXs for your whole party.
So she's like a lid, but good.
Yeah. Like
Is that the TLDR?
A modern Lude with Rain Swap
Modernly.
and a Porom follow up.
And Queen's immortality.
Queen
Undying.
Immortality. Yeah, for the party. If you do use Rem's FR, so with her FR, this is something I did forget to mention. You can choose who acts immediately after the FR because it has turn swap on it. But if you use the FR on Rem herself, it just becomes instant turn rate. So there's a little bit more flexibility with like setups there as well. So that's pretty nice. And that's about all I can say.
So because she's turn swapping a lot, do you feel like you burn through that 6 turns pretty quickly?
I just been pressing the EX most of the time.
Or
BT effect.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
or you
While
can
it's
save
up, you don't.
LD.
You don't.
LD uses for when her BT effect is up, because I think it's the LD is the only one where it doesn't have high turn rate. I guess. I don't know.
Which yeah.
Yeah, only her LD.
So yeah, you're gonna have to make sure you have some other speedy-ish type of characters with
Yeah.
Rem.
Yeah, I mean, people would take advantage of Quinn as like 5 turn effects, so I guess people can do that with Rem as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, in a way.
It's just when her BT effect is up, everyone just becomes an EX spamming machine, which is pretty fun.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a thing as well. That's very nice as well. So yeah, she is leading, but better.
The downside is, despite Rem's
Hmm.
skills being non-damaging attacks, because of Rem having that follow-up she does, they balance her around it, so she doesn't gauge charge as hard as purely charging skills like Aerith S1.
As
So-
I'm showcasing now.
Yeah, yeah. So that is something you have to keep in mind. You're definitely, if you're trying to outpace the enemy force time, you shouldn't really bring Rem for charging. You can still bring Rem, but not for charging.
Yeah, I mean, she brings enough now that the cost of charging isn't too great. Yeah, so I think she's gotten a good tuning pass. Like her BT effect is pretty loaded, so that's pretty nice. Now, how does she how does she stack up for this fight? Do you think this was a good fight to sell her with? Because my first run, I didn't use her at all, and I didn't feel like I needed. Yeah, for Transcendence 15.
Oh, I didn't use her on this stage.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
I think
didn't
we all
ever
didn't.
feel like I needed her, or I even like wanted any of her gimmicks. Like I'm just thinking, like, compared to, let's say, Shiva, which was a really hard sell on Edgar, or even like Six Warrior Area 5 that the twins and Balthier were really pushed. I don't feel like this really pushed anything. I wasn't really sure
Nah,
what
not
they were
really.
going for with this fight.
The only time they really, the only thing they really pushed for Rem here was her party immunity, because there's periods where your party's max HP becomes like 5,000 and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, this stage doesn't really push Rem that hard.
I guess the other thing it does have, and I guess this is something that we should mention about the fight. It's this is a damage race fight. You need to get them under, I believe, 69% before 20 turns, or they wipe you.
Double check.
Yeah.
But there's something like that. Yeah.
Basically, you need to meet certain
Yeah.
HP thresholds within a certain turn count, not action count, specifically turn count. And this is to, I guess, sell Rem's free turns with her turn swapping and everything.
So if you do not deplete their HP to at least 69% by 21 turns, they will do a guaranteed hit single target attack that confuses a party member for 10 turns. And this is an aura debuff, so you cannot debuff immunity it or cleanse it or whatever.
Oh, okay. They just confuse you.
21, whatever.
But it's a 10 turn confuse, you said?
Yeah, 10 turn confuse.
Okay,
it's a
so that
very
basically
long
puts them
confuse.
out.
Yeah, it's a very long confuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And,
it's basically like almost like their FR ability. Their FR time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this fight, like TreeVoid said,
Yeah.
it really pushes doing a lot of damage really, really fast.
Yeah.
These bosses have HP gates, so you can't nuke them that fast. You have to deal with whatever they're trying to do. There are periods in this fight where they lower your max HP. And during this period, your party's max HP will be lowered, and they will be trying to do this AoE HP attack on your entire party. This AoE HP attack fully dispels your entire party and ignores all mitigation. So, again, there's the damage racing aspect of it. You have to push them down to another threshold in order for them to not try and do this attack. Which, at 69%, it's down to 59%. So, just a 10% difference. It's health gated as well, the 59% threshold. So, gonna have to deal with it. If I remember correctly, at 29%, they do a 20% heal. So
Yes.
it's a pretty
Yep.
substantial health.
Yeah.
It puts them back up to 49%, and throughout that entire last bit of the fight, from 49% to death, they will be trying to do their AoE dispelling attack. So they really, really want you to melt these bosses as hard as possible, and to not let them get a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate that this becomes a no boss turn sort of design fight, because that's usually pretty lame.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's usually not my favorite part of fights as well, because it just becomes don't let them act and just beat them up as fast as you can. Their force gauge does recharge naturally faster, and honestly, I think at this point it's going to be like a recurring thing. Oh, Multiracial Lion asked how's the HP. It's 200 million. 200 million HP per boss.
Yeah, but
And
you have
that's
to include.
That's excluding the 20% heal,
Right.
so it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah. So it's 240 million each,
Yeah. So
which isn't
with HP gates,
crazy, but it's with HP gates, it is important.
yeah, this fight does push echoes a lot, which is always a good thing in my opinion. You always want to push for the new stuff. This is also the second to last Transcendent stage that TreeVoid has said. So stop hoarding those big DPS characters. Start using them now.
Yeah. That's why I did all of Transcendence now, because it's like there's no reason not to. Like,
Exactly.
I'm gonna be
Because the next
getting
Transcendent
units between
stage-
now and then, and that's the last one.
Yeah, the next Transcendent stage is going to be the last one, tier 16. So there's no need to save your big damage units anymore. There's no need to do like, oh, I'm gonna save this character for the next tier just in case. Just use them now. That's why my initial completion is a triple BT plus run, because I have so many BT options right now.
That's what this run is right now, triple BT plus. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because why not?
yeah, I mean, especially now, right? Like everyone's a BT plus unit, so
Yeah. So again, why not?
Yeah.
Their force gauge, it charges up pretty fast naturally, and I'm just going to assume that's going to be a normalized thing, which is always really good.
yeah.
Their gauge, as their gauge increases, your party's attack and HP damage will be reduced. It doesn't feel that impactful, but they do try to lower your damage output a little bit. Now, the enemy's force ability, there's two different force abilities they can do. And this is depending on whether or not your party has 12 buffs overall, like altogether. So, if your party has over 12 buffs, then they just absorb your brave, and that's it. That's all they do. However, if you're below 12 buffs, it triggers a plus version of it. This plus version of the attack dispels your entire party and inflicts confuse on everyone for 10 turns. So it's pretty much a wipe. Because everyone will be confused for 10 turns. You cannot dispel it, immunity it, whatever. And their force time, it again lasts for 10 turns. During their force time, any buffs you give yourselves and any debuffs you inflict will be reduced to 1 turn. Just 1 turn. So stacking buffs like I don't know, Noctis or I actually don't know off the top of my head, but pretty much anyone that relies on a stacking buff that to do most of their stuff is pretty bad. To cancel their FR, you literally just have to use a magic FR. I think that's the only conditional.
Yes, it's a very simple condition. It's just
literally-
use a magic FR.
Yeah, literally just use any magic FR.
So
And
once
if you
again,
cancel-
Reigns cancels it.
Yeah, and when you cancel their FR, it causes the bosses to debuff themselves, which I'm not too sure on what the debuffs are, but they do get weaker if you cancel their force time. So, very, very lethal FR ability, especially if you don't have that 12 buff conditions.
Yeah.
So, it's either you bring enough buffs to deal with it, or you just rush the bosses in 1 force time before they get their force ability off, which is what I did. So, overall, this fight, honestly, since the bosses really don't want you to let them get any turns, I don't know anything about what they do, because
You told me about what they
Same.
do. I didn't know any of this.
I'm just
Yeah. I was like, oh,
learning
okay,
all
wow.
of
There's a
this.
lot of mechanics going on in this fight.
I mean,
I'm just
I mean-
learning all of this right now.
what I mean is that when the bosses get their turns, I don't know what the fuck they do. They kind of just sit there
Yeah.
because the fight
Yeah,
design
fair.
wants you to melt them before they get their turn. Noctis is a phenomenal option for this stage, and I've seen him get
Yeah.
used quite a bit because of his warp step buff. But
And-
yeah,
Yeah, I can see Noctis. Fortunately, I don't have him because Noctis.
actually really good.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I just want to call him Noctis.
Yeah, overall, it's really just a simple stage.
I know this fight was bugged on release. You
Yeah,
needed
because
to. Yeah, go ahead.
like the bug is that they have to both go down at 59% or else they won't die. I think that's the gist of the bug.
I think, yeah, I heard about this. If you don't push them down to 59% at the same time, then they won't remove their HP gate. So you're just walled off like the entire time.
So that obviously didn't happen here because I didn't do that. So it looks like they patched it.
They did patch it.
Yeah, which is nice. I forgot to put Luna Call on Rain, so this is a bit of a scuffed force time. Or BT phase. I still did 270,000 damage, which is crazy. Rem's BT effect is really good. I usually struggle because I don't have a Kais Call for Bravery gen with my Reigns launches. My Bravery was max the whole time on everyone. So I didn't want to interrupt while you're explaining the fight, but this is like a really good Reigns quality of life, even like irrespective of everything else. So I'm really liking Rem's kit right now. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fun as well. I've been enjoying it a lot, despite me only pulling Rem because of Rosa.
Yeah, I mean, so it's an EX every time she acts, right? Not just
Yes.
every action. Yeah. So she has
Every
to take
time-
an action in between your EXs.
Yeah, every time Rem acts, your party's EX will be filled.
Okay. And her you said her FR conditions are pretty generic. Like, would
It's battery your party members,
Mm-hmm.
and the other condition is ending the turn with 30% of your max brave.
okay.
With her BT up, she beats both easily.
And even Rain's batteries on most of his skills. The only thing he doesn't battery on is S1.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I could even use like Rem's BT here or FR instead of Rain's. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, even though they do start with they have the faster gauge charging because it's Transcendence. As long as you bring a unit who has a BT, and you have a full party, you start off at 50% force gauge, due to the new mechanics of force era. I think they implemented this with Echoes or a little bit afterwards.
It was before Echo.
Oh, before. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It was around for a while.
yeah, force synergy. So it makes Transcendence a joke, especially cleaning up old Transcendence because you start off at 100% for the Lufenias. As long as you bring a BT unit, so it makes things quite a lot easier than they used to be. And so it makes it it's a bit difficult to get like a really tough fight with this much of a go ahead like starting boost. You need to give them an even faster gauge charge, I feel like, to make it pretty scary here, or make it a really intensive fight. Yeah, because like a 50% head start is just massive.
Yeah, even despite this boss's like increased charge rate, in my run I didn't bring a charger and I was still able to get my FR max before theirs.
Yeah, and like if you do bring a charger, like I obviously have with Aerith here, you don't notice it. Plus you have summon phase on top, so it's just like you really just fill up this gauge super fast. 65%. So it's not the best percentages on Rem's FR here.
It is very generic.
Yeah. Which yeah. So it makes sense that it
Yeah.
wouldn't be like super OP.
Now, I would say this. In my opinion, generic FR values, like, suddenly got more valuable because they're so easy to hit with echoes.
Yes,
So that's an extra % increase.
Yeah.
So just because, like, on its own, it's a low increase with generic conditions, it's not that great, but with echoes stacked on top of that, you can get a pretty substantial boost for free.
Yeah, for sure. Like Pains is another one that's basically generic because she gives you everything that you would need to run it, as long as you have her BT. And that's another good one. Like Pains has a little bit more percentage, I feel. I think Pains is like usually around 70-ish. So this is just maybe slightly undertuned, but I think she provides more support than Pain does, in a sense.
Rem does do an additional 20% if it's her turn during her force time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can see because she just did 85%. Yeah.
Yeah, 85 for Rem, 60 for everyone else.
Yeah.
And if you use her skills, that's another 20-ish% tacked on top of that, 20 to 30%. So y'all like Hope gauge charging during his force to get 125%. Rem can get 100%, 110%, or whatever with her FR, and do damage on top of that with her follow-up. So it's pretty good.
Oh, so maybe I should be turn warping then instead of just spamming the LD.
Yeah, maybe like a turn warp every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah, because now you're seeing, like, I took them past the HP regen threshold, and they're just never gonna act again. So, like, they don't do anything. They don't turn warp.
Because if they act, they're gonna dispel your party.
Yeah, that's not cool. So let me turn warp reins here, I guess. So plus 115 with the follow-up.
A 4 dump follow-up AoE.
Yeah. Wow, actually, that is pretty
good.
massive. Yeah. Echo now? No, echo after. Yeah. I always get a little bit unsure of when exactly I should echo, like how much I should save it. I fucked up. Cool. I didn't get my echo off. That's great. Well, we'll finish the fight by... Oh, no, I can turn warp with Rem. Never mind. Old plan. Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely planned.
Yeah, this is all planned here. Yeah, look how easy this is.
The strategic genius.
Yeah,
TreeVoid.
yeah, like Transcendence is a joke again. Like like all I did was once again bring the featured unit fully built, plus one of the best DPSs, plus one of the best support units, and I crush it again. I think starting next stream I will stop using synergy units, and I will bring not Aerith and I won't bring Aerith and Reigns every time. I've gotten a bit too hooked on this team. They're very strong. It's like a ridiculous combo.
Look forward to TreeVoid breaking that said promise.
No, I won't break it this time. I swear.
Either that, or look forward to hipster TreeVoid.
Yeah, I'll pull out my Zonde. I won. Oh, I did it. Woo! Yeah. I wish I had like a fireworks thing I could do. I need to up my stream game.
I will say, with Rem getting a BT, they finally made Dagger ultimate weapon more valuable.
Yeah, it's actually got some value now.
Not quite 5/5 Dagger valuable, like Sarah did with Bow, in my opinion. But I think with Rem, it's worth considering, like at least 05 Dagger.
Yeah, I think it's worth the 50 cores for sure.
Yeah, now we just need Edge BT, we need Lion BT, we need who else is the Dagger unit? There's one I'm definitely not mentioning for daggers.
Ferris
Yeah,
BT.
Ferris BT. Like,
Yo, Ferris BT gonna be lit though.
we just need like at least one of them to do really good damage to really sell that dagger ultimate weapon, and dagger will be valuable.
Yeah. Make dagger great again. I mean, it was never great, but
I'll say just make dagger great.
yeah, just make it great. Yeah. Well, there was that one time when blue dagger was the shit, but that was the only time it ever mattered. Yeah. So those were the two main events we had here. I guess one thing I wanted to touch on, and we don't have to talk about it too much, as I mentioned sort of at the beginning here. Cross, you, and Historia Crux, so Blind Eye and Sax and Yoshi talked about this yesterday. But there is a bit of like burnout going on in the community, or at least it's a sentiment I'm seeing more than I used to. And it is just something I briefly wanted to touch on and see what, Indo, you, and Alfie were thinking in terms of if you have a similar sentiment to this or not. I know Sinewave is also, he expressed some fatigue, I guess, with the game. He couldn't make it on today because he's a coward, but we'll say he's fatigued with the game anyway. So I'm not sure if you guys want to, either of you want to jump in, or yeah.
I heard he's a Genshin player.
Yeah. He's joined that Genshin train. So
It's fucking
F2
disgusting.
fan and a Genshin player. God damn.
how far
that
down
combo.
can you go, really? Is there a co-op right now? Yeah, there is. Okay.
Really
Not a
living
player.
up. He's living up to being a subhuman.
The day Sinewave plays Brave Exvius, I'm going to roast the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I guess I can start about the whole burnout stuff.
Yeah, because you're the one who started DFFOO content the
Yeah.
earliest.
So-
Yeah, you're the vet here.
For a little bit of context,
A
I've
DFFOO
played-
boomer.
Yeah, actually DFFOO boomer. So a little bit of context. I'm not actually a day one player. I am a week one player. So I played later that week.
Damn, fake.
So
You're a fraud.
already what I'm gonna say is
No,
invalid.
I was gonna say like that's a new tag.
Yeah.
Week
Day
one
one,
player?
nah. 1 week, by the way. That's a new
Yeah,
one.
so for global, I played week one, and I didn't start doing endgame until maybe late EX. Was Beatrix EX or Cosmos?
Beatrix was still
Like global
EX
first.
era. Yeah.
Yeah, EX.
Yeah.
So late EX was when I started doing endgame. A little bit before Beatrix, but around that time period. JP, I didn't start JP until Golbez's event. So that was Cosmos with EXs.
Mhm.
So I've been playing this game for a very, very, very long time. This game's been out for 5 or 6 years now, which is a very long time to play any game, not just DFFOO, any game. So it's definitely starting to hit me right now with Burnout. Like, I definitely start feeling myself slowing down on getting on top of game content. I've been playing a lot more other games, and I've always been encouraging other people to play other games if they experience burnout. So, yeah, that's just kind of it. I personally am feeling the burnout, but it's just because of playing this game for fucking years, on top of making content for both versions of it, starts taking a toll. So, for those that follow my channel, you'll probably notice that my uploads has slowed down tremendously.
Yeah, look forward to his Destiny 2 content.
Unironically, yes. But
And the Yakuza streams, right?
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe when Ishin comes out. But yeah, really is just everyone's gonna hit burnout at some point.
Mhm.
Like, we're not gonna have fun with a game forever. I've played other games for an extremely long time. I've played Destiny 1 for 3 years, almost 4 years, with the 4th year being in Destiny 2, year 1. And I played 14 for, oh, fucking Christ, a very long time. So, and,
For to play.
and while I actually stopped playing 14, at least for the end game, at some point,
Yeah, good.
like,
You play it for the plot.
Yeah, I still got burnt out on FF14. So don't feel bad about putting down the game and coming back to it later. Like, it's okay to take a break.
Or
I
not.
think a
It's
lot of
also
people-
okay to just end it too.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's that EOS? OPOP.
Because I stopped playing Destiny 2 vanilla, so year 1 Destiny 2, because it was absolutely dog shit, but also just because it was just burning out on me at the time. So really just take a break, play other games, or just don't play the game at all at some point. Don't feel bad. I think what's keeping people from like dropping this game is like FOMO. Like, oh, this character's coming. Oh, I want to like keep playing this game to have resources just in case this character gets updated, that type of stuff. And again, I mean, it's okay to come back. Like, grab the resources now, get the stuff, and then just uninstall the game and wait until that day happens. Like, that's fine to do. Just know when you're at that burnout period and know what's best for you to do. That's kind of all I got to say on it.
Yeah, no, I think that was very well said. Indo, was there anything you wanted to add to that, or about your experiences, or if you're feeling burnout or not, or
Like, I technically started the game day one because I did an early purchase of the City NT, and then I opened the game as like, what the fuck is this chibi characters? What the fuck? Then it has a code. Like, what the fuck? And then and then I installed OpROM, yeah, and then it's like the bravery. Like, I was not interested in the early mechanics or just dumping doing bravery damage, and then you gotta wait for your next turn to dump said bravery damage you accumulate with HP, all that shit. And I was
it was pretty terrible. Like, Terra's skills were a charge skill.
Yeah,
It didn't do anything.
like the co-ops felt like eternity, and I hated it.
Co-op was the end game. Oh, that was great.
I fucking hated it, so I dropped the game instantly and continued playing NT instead. And then I think for some reason, like when like years later, like I think it was like the beginning of Chaos era that I began to start having interest with OpROM all over again. So, and then that's also when I started content creation. So yeah, that's it. I think it's very natural that for a person to feel burnout. Like right now, I think this burnout topic is especially very important because the biggest DFFOO content creator out there, which is 40, has recently announced that he is no longer gonna do DFFOO content creation. Like, either it be streaming or just doing his Forest Your Way videos. He's officially out. He's no longer interested, and that's fine. Honestly, like, more power to him. I think it's respect that give him mad respect that he's finally coming out that way. I think the most pathetic part in all this is that there are people who are genuinely DMing him, like this was some sort of betrayal to them. Apparently, there were people like like how dare 40 how dare 40 quit DFFOO content creation. What about my pool plan?
Yeah, I mean, like
Like
those people are like scum losers. Like, get out of your parasocial relationship, people. Like, come on. He's a real person who didn't want to do this anymore. Why are you forcing him to do it? I don't understand.
This is lower than being a pervert.
Yeah, exactly.
Being a subhuman.
This is lower than being a 14 fan.
Yeah.
Than being a 14. Like, holy shit, let him be. I think on my end though, I witnessed I remember taking a break during like the beginning of burst era because the burst weapons didn't interested me. I think it was like Squall and Shanto though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was pretty terrible.
And then I I got back up in the game. I think it was Noctis. Yeah, it was Noctis BT release because Seven is one of the challenge quest characters, so I used her there, and it reignited my interest in the game.
Yeah, I mean, for me in GL, I had a very, very long period that I kind of just
Yeah.
slowed down to the game to the point where sometimes I thought about just dropping it entirely, which was around Lufenia era,
Oh yeah.
Golbez cycle, around there. Either probably 2 months prior to that, just that general time period. So around was it Ultimate? Yeah, Ultimate Alexander.
Mm,
No, Divine Alexander.
Yeah, Divine Alexander.
Yeah, Divine Alexander. Ultimate
Yeah.
was fucking EX plus. But I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with stopping for now and then coming back later.
Yeah, like I think the thing that got you interested in global was core, right? Yeah, it was.
Oh
core.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That ultimately reignited me playing GL again
Yeah.
because I really like
Core.
Core as a character. So I played.
Yeah.
I used Core a fuckload, and then I dropped it again.
At least it gave birth to Ishcore.
Yeah, I dropped it again until Lufenia Plus, and that's when Ishcore was a thing.
Yeah, gave birth to Ishcore and Core's BT phase.
Yeah, Lufenia Plus was definitely a big whiplash in terms of going from some of the best fights we've had just directly into the garbage.
Worst era.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I can't believe how quickly we just fell off a cliff.
This is the best thing in the game.
Yeah. So we lost a lot of people there too.
Yeah.
Although I don't know
Garbage
if
time.
that was, if I'd label that burnout.
Yeah, it's a matter of enforcing shit like the cap, the gem cap.
Yeah, the gem cap was another thing. Yeah, we had garbage time on top of gem cap. Like great
Yeah.
decisions there.
That's
I don't know what people
like
were.
even with these GL first fights, garbage time is still in effect.
That's
So many
also the thing. Like some people don't know when to quit until something like gives them that push.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
For a lot of people, it was just mini fight.
They find an outlet to like a reason to get out of the game.
Yeah,
And
like
they
if I
see the
remember correctly, in Lufenia Plus Garbage Time on JP, a content creator, I think the name was Liz Lizette, stopped playing because it got way too boring.
Oh yeah, like I think her fave was like Locke, and Locke was too OP back then.
Yeah, watch it on every fight.
So I can imagine, yeah, that she lost interest slowly.
Yeah.
It is.
Cross. So, yeah, there's actually 2 points I want to get to here, and then maybe we can wrap up if you guys
Yeah,
are good.
like Cross stop stealing our
Yeah, exactly.
stream
So,
topic.
So yeah, 10 car flow. How much does a game die at when content creation goes down? So we're in I guess a somewhat not a unique position, but different from a lot of games or other live service games in that we have obviously like we're playing a GL version of a JP game. If GL content creation, like if just across the board it goes down, we could lose the GL version. The JP version could go strong, but like content creators do create a community. I'm not saying like we're the most important thing or that I would even put myself in there, but they do create a lot of engagement with the game and bring people in. I know a lot of people still play the game because they watch Renting Hour or they watch TCC, and there's like a community sense to it and stuff like this. Like it's more than just the game. There's like a holistic value to it. So if you don't have that community aspect to it and you're just playing the game strictly for the game, it's much easier to not log in anymore because you're not talking with people about the game. You're not involved, and so you can just forget to do an event 1 week because you're busy, and then things fall behind, and then you just say, you know what, I'm not going to bother catching up, and that's how like a game sort of tends to die off. Obviously, not saying that like content creators have an obligation to continue with the game. Like if you're done with the game, you're done with the game. You know, move on. It's your life. You're not here for anyone else other than yourself. So don't force yourself to do something because you feel like a sense of responsibility to it. But yeah, I think content creators have a large role to play, especially in a live service type game. If it's a single purchase one-off sale, you know, content creators can help make it sell more or bring spotlight to a game that didn't really get it. But in a live service, they live and die by their community. So if the community goes, you know, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, unironically, that happened to Among Us. Like the game that was around. I know people meme the shit out of Among Us, but back then it was just a game that went underneath the radars, and then suddenly people started streaming it, and then it became a fucking meme as it is today.
Yeah. Like in a sense, like I saw Alphanods like what was it called? Like FEOD tier 20. And it's like one of the reasons why I started content creation. Like I saw like, ooh, I can edit, like I can put fucking any music I want. Like holy shit, in DFFOO content. Oh,
and then get copyright striked, but
and get copyright claims. Oh shit.
Funny enough,
What a deal.
I got claimed but not struck.
Yeah.
Yeah, claims. That's
the day I get an actual strike, I'm stopping that shit.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah.
Yeah, and then
it's all up to you, to be honest. Like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the community is what's making me keep going with making content, and as well as TreeVoid and Amon's like Mantavoid. It's the only thing that's keeping me do content. Like
what do you
making
mean? We got
have
Crevasse. Didn't you love it?
Crevasse sucks.
Yeah, you know, I don't quite agree with that, but we won't go into that.
There's no whip card. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that is fucked. Come on, where's my 3 whip code?
Yeah, I recently built Liud, and then there's not enough spear cards. What the fuck, game?
Yeah. Pick better units to build, or don't build any. Pull everything, but don't build them until Crevasse comes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. Just have everyone unbuilt. Yeah, there was one thing Cross mentioned here about like if you keep, let's say you use like the same 3 units every fight,
that's
and then you get like burnt out from doing that. That is self-inflicted in a way, because like if you're getting bored of running, let's say like Luna plus Tifa plus Kane or whatever, just example team, whatever, because you're just rushing everything down. You know, I would say use another team if you're getting bored of it, but you might be using that team because it's the fastest way to do content. And if that's why you're doing it, you may not be liking the game for other reasons. And this is your excuse of quitting the game by basically forcing it, by doing the least fun thing, because it means to play the game the least. And it's just like this feedback loop of not liking it. Yeah.
Because like we said it earlier, there's always that one thing that might push someone towards just quitting the game.
Yeah.
Which at the end of the day, it's their decision.
Yeah.
I do encourage people to try different teams, see if they still find enjoyment out of it, and if they still don't, then that's okay. They can quit. And again, there's also the chance where someone might actually like those characters. Like you have genuine Renoa fans, you have genuine Tifa fans, genuine Jack fans. Like there's people that genuinely like these big DPS characters that just shit on the content.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it earlier, but listeners that really like Locke.
Yeah, but
Locke shat on the entire fucking C90 Lufenia Plus period, on top of shitty fights on top of that, so it kind of pushed Lisslet towards just quitting the game.
Yeah.
Like also another thing that will spell disaster are saga runners. Like I mean, sure, more power to you if you enjoy the character, but
fuck you, Theo. Okay.
But yeah, I can see like those are the type of people like can get easily like burnt out of content if you keep running or pushing this very one singular character. That's why I'm as a former saga runner, I stopped doing that shit.
Yeah, if it gets boring, just don't do it. Like that's the easy part part about it. If you're still not having fun after not doing it, then just like stop playing, take a break.
Yeah, like also never go behind in a mindset where you think you're doing this saga run to prove this X character is
Definitely not.
is
Yeah,
epic. Yeah,
because
I will-
you're never proving that they're viable. You're just proving how strong the other two units carrying your
Yeah.
unit is.
Yeah, that's right.
And also,
so,
the
yeah.
people that do go for those like stronger units, they don't care.
Yeah,
They don't care.
yeah.
Like I use
Hey,
Yustola a
listen,
lot. Now, granted, Yustola
Yeah, there you
VT
go.
Plus debut, really fucking good.
Yeah,
But,
one of the best.
Yeah,
of the
the-
first
I mean, that
four.
was her best iteration for sure.
the
One of
best
the
14
best.
iteration, and it was from Yustola.
Yeah,
But
We all know what's the worst FF14.
we don't talk about the worst iteration.
yeah,
But
yeah. Hey, let's
But,
not shit on Ali say, okay? Come on.
I sure,
Yeah.
whatever.
There's so many to choose from.
Okay.
I use Yustola a lot up to like 60 runs or some shit. To a point where it just fucking felt like a chore, and I just stopped doing it.
Yeah, to the point where all Alfie sees are cat girls. He starts
Yeah,
hallucinating.
I just see every unit in this game as a cat person now. Like I can imagine Rem with like I only see Rem with cat ears now.
Yeah, what the hell? Why did we get Rem's shitty costume? We could have had a Rem Mikote costume. That
Hey,
was money on
yeah.
the table, Squex.
FF15 has like a Mikoda costume, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just for Noctis.
I mean, they knew what
You
they were
won the
doing.
Gladio, that will sell. That'll sell a lot of JP players, I assume.
I mean, yeah, they did the Balthier Tactics costume for Tactics. They
Yeah.
can do the FF15 costumes for 14.
Yeah.
Come on, Square. We're giving you ideas. I mean, you took TreeVoid's idea of Dare to Defy.
Took my
Take
to
this
defy, took the Echo name. God, it's fucking bullshit.
Where you sue Square Enix now?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's all up to you if you want to stop content creation and whatnot. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's astonishing that this very game that's promoting the City NT outlived the very game that it's promoting.
Yeah,
by
games
by
don't
by
think now.
multiple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably
So,
twice the duration at this point.
Yeah, nearly triple.
I didn't know about that. How long did NT live?
Technically, almost 3 years.
Almost
yeah.
3. Oh no, we're definitely double then.
The arcade versions is like going strong almost 5 years because it has like the 4th anniversary tournament. That's the last one. But yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I mean,
this-
if
It's supposed to be a mini
if-
game to promote. I think they advertise it as like, oh, if you don't see your character in NT, they could be in this game instead.
If you if you're a big boomer, you like turn-based games.
What if
Here's
your
the
favorite
kicker.
character is in NT, but they just won't put them in Upper Omnia for some reason?
Well, yeah, like who? Like
Yeah.
who, TreeVoid?
Who could it be?
Like who? Who could it be, TreeVoid?
Yeah, I wonder.
It couldn't be one of those DLC characters.
Yeah. Just
The
refuse.
one non-data mined character.
Where could they be?
Yeah, it's only been like 3 years.
Yeah.
He's too thick
years.
to animate.
Yeah.
They're still working on the first cheek.
Guys, that's why we took the lesser events per month. We're working on it. Fucking hell. Oh, there's Cross. He said 7 to 8 years.
Now, what
Really?
about NT specifically? I know
Yeah,
Arcade was
three.
Japan only for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always
Yeah,
has been.
we're talking about like the NA release of NT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck it. Anyways, burnout content. Yeah.
First soldier announced end of service before first anniversary.
Yeah. I mean, that's rough.
Yeah, that
you know?
too.
Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah, First Soldier, Babylon's Fall. Yeah, I mean, you got
Yeah.
so
that's-
Squeck's got a clean house. Okay, they've got a lot of shitty ass live service games.
Yeah, that's why. That's one thing I can say. NT did better. It outlived
They can
Soldier
afford
and
these
It
Battle.
failures.
outlived a mobile-only battle royale game.
Yeah, they
What?
can like waste money on these failures because fucking FF14 is printing them money
Yeah.
because you got people fucking spending 30, 40, 50 dollars on Fantasia, constantly changing their shit every day.
Yeah, and putting up billboards
Or IRL billboard
never gets old. for me.
that has the fucking official logo on it. Oh no.
I think we
FF14
have-
fans.
What else is a tangent we need to talk about Burnout content? Anyways,
I-
or is that all?
I think we hit all the main points, unless there was any last points you guys wanted to add to it.
Just it's
Funny
all
you
up to
say that. If I remember correctly, Stormblood launch had a DDoS attack back in FF14. If I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
it
I
did.
could be misremembering.
It did. It was pretty
Yeah,
terrible. You had the wall. What was his name?
Raubon.
Raubon's wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
It did happen in FF14, so you're not wrong. Really funny.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I think
I
that's it for me here. Any parting words, Indoor Alfie? Thank you guys again for coming on.
Yeah. Pull for Rex or die. I don't know.
Yeah. Pull for Rex or die. If you switch the K with an M, I would endorse that now.
Rems.
Pull for
Yeah,
Rems. Rems is pretty cool.
Start calling her Rem.
Yeah, color Rems. Yeah.
Or in the same fashion as Sync Remsey.
Yeah, Remsey. Yeah. Gosh,
But yeah, that's my closing thoughts. Man to Void is better, and Dare to Defy are better than Crevasse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Man, Thancred sucks.
Thancred sucks. I think we'll agree with that. Okay, thanks for coming out, y'all. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening or day, or wherever you are, whatever time of day it is. And have a good one. Bye-bye.